A couple of weeks ago, I was working on one of the Smugwood Mini videos and damaged my mallet hitting a drive shaft too hard. It was a daft thing to do, and as a result I'd put it to one side ready to put it in the bin. I was going to buy a new one, but funds are low and I have a few bits of offcuts lying around the workshop, so it makes better sense to try and repair it. It was also a good excuse to make a short video. I've been having problems with my 12-year-old camcorder and decided to try using my phone to record instead, which seems to give a better picture, so the video will be a good test run. So the plan is to clean up the handle and make a brand new head in the same style to this one, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, which is probably a good thing because all I can find to use are these offcuts of beech, and they are a few millimetres thinner than the original mallet. But what I'm going to be using it for, it shouldn't matter that it's not a one-piece head, and the glue up will be fine. It's a bit cold in the workshop, but it should be warm enough for the glue to set properly. So as not to damage the wood with the clamps, I have some thin strips of NDF that I can use in between, but it does make screwing up the clamps a bit tricky. These aren't the easiest clamps to use as they're really rusty and they keep seizing up, as these were the clamps damaged in the workshop fire that I had a few years back, so the challenge is to try not to get everything covered in glue or rust. To be on the safe side, I'll leave this clamped overnight and then it should be nice and solid in the morning. To separate the head from the shaft, I just hit it carefully with a chisel. The handle's really dirty from the engine oil, but a good sanding should fix that. I took some rough measurements from the damaged head and transferred them to the glue up. I was able to use these markings to line up the handle to the head, mark out the mortise and to mark out the shape of the mallet. I decided to have a go at hand cutting the mortise with chisels. To remove the bulk of the wood I used a drill press. Unfortunately I didn't have a big enough drill bit, but it just meant that I have more work to do with the chisels. Now it's been a while since I last used these and they were feeling a bit sorry for themselves, so I gave them a quick once over. Having no mallet meant the only thing that I could hit the chisels with was a builder's rubber mallet, which wasn't the easiest thing to work with. I'm not really accustomed to hand tools either, so this probably looks a bit amateurish, but I guess the best way to learn is just to have a go. Surprisingly, the handle fitted quite well, so it was time to add some shape to the head. Now I did give it a quick sanding outside with a random orbital sander, but I must not have pressure record on the camera, so it wasn't this neat straight from the bandsaw, and it did need a quick once over to remove the blade marks. I used a few gentle taps with the rubber mallet to drive home the handle, and the end result wasn't too bad.